Welcome back to another video. Now this one is a little bit unusual or slightly different to what I would normally make with all my car ones on BeamNG Drive, Assetto course and things. This is another real life one, and I thought I'd do a video on how I feel about the Lexus, or what I love and what I hate about this car. Now the front end is absolutely a really good looking car. I think it's shown a test of time really. Yes, it's a 2005 or 2004. I still think it looks quite good for its age. I love its angles, I love its deep curves. The difference with the IS200 or 300 sedan over the Cross Sport, which is what this is that the Cross Sport has a slightly different bumper shaped bumper on the front and a slightly different bumper on the rear. And as you can see on the rear end, it's slightly different to the sedan, being this is the Cross Sport. The shape of the lights don't protrude all the way around the corner as much as on the bottom end as much as the sedan does. They come at a slight angle through the top, and they're cut off down the middle just a little bit more, so they do look more squashed and slightly more smaller. This video will be cut short quite a lot because there's many cars going by, so I do apologise in advance for that. So it will be cut different parts here and there, and then I start again. But as you can also tell with the Sportcross, they've got this fake grille going across the bottom. On the sedans they don't actually have that, and obviously I've put an aftermarket exhaust on from Cobra Sport, which sound absolutely fantastic. It's resonated from the middle back box to the back, and it does sound fantastic with its straight six. As you can see, being a sport cross, it's actually quite well equipped really for size, definitely over the sedan. The sedan obviously has the shorter boot, lower boot, and it comes in a bit more. But we're obviously having the sport cross, the estate, you get that little bit more room. And a bonus side of it all is, I don't know if you can see this, the sport cross has foldable seats to make it much easier to be able to put your things in and out, over the sedan, which doesn't have that option. And don't forget your foldable blind. Obviously, and we have to talk about the ride as well, and the ride itself is actually quite nice. Now, depending on where you're going or what you're doing, the ride can become a little bit stiff at times and a little bit bumpy, but on the whole and in general, it's actually a really nice place to be. It's quiet, there's no rattling, there's no bangs, and because it's double wishbone suspension all round, independently it all moves, so you get that you just get so much a better quality ride. You get the handling is fantastic, the steering is so direct as well. You just touch it and it just turns, and it's brilliant. And the brakes, being they're quite big nifty brakes as well, it does stop on a dime as well. And as you can also tell, these are notorious for rust. They're like Fords. They were not dipped in a special solution back when they were put up and manufactured. So the bodywork tends to rust quite a bit, and over here, if you can see, it's starting to bubble, rust and shake. Now there's a lot worse on the internet, and there's a lot worse with other people, I can obviously imagine. I've seen a lot worse, but for me this is just not good enough, and I really would like to actually get this sorted, because the bubbling's it's got worse, and there's actually, I've just popped that, there's water in beneath the paint and the metal. There's water. I wish you guys could see that. I really wish. I also have a complaint for its fuel economy. Not great. It being a 2 litre straight six, I thought it'd be okay. I average round town around 20 miles per gallon, and I'm not a fast driver, I will just say. And on the motorway I can get between 30 and at most 35 miles to the gallon. On a full tank this will take about 120 pounds at the current rate prices of fuel. And I will need to fill this up once every week and once every 2 weeks. So as you can tell so far, it's been quite good things about the Lexus IS200, and it's been on the outside. But another thing I do like about this car is it's for its age, it's got its equipment, and I think it's fantastic. So one of the things I do like about it is its heated seats. But there's two ways this goes. So with the heated seats, it's an on and off button. It's a fantastic when you want a warm bum in the winter, it's fantastic. But it's an on and off switch only. It's either on or it's either off. You can't change from low, medium or high. So you either have your butt hurting and boiling, or you don't have anything at all. So it's something you get used to over time, and it's something I'm not too fussed about, but sometimes can get annoying if it gets too hot and you can't, you've got to switch it back off again because you want to cool it down, not just leave it on and let it do its thing. It will eventually roll through its cycle and it will switch on and off and keep it at a certain temperature, but it takes a good 10 minutes for that to happen. Also got its automatic headlights. It's automatic headlights, you just switch on via the indicator stalk, and you switch over to the highest position on the stalk, and that will turn on the headlights on auto. And that's something that can be quite convenient on a day when you're stop start. You just put it onto auto, and as you turn the engine off, the lights stay on. You take the key out, the lights stay on, but it's when you open the door that it shuts the lights off. I also like its radio. Now, its radio actually has a fantastic sound system. It's not by Bose or anything like that. I actually don't know who it's by, but it's a fantastic speaker system for its age as well, and it has a 6 CD changer. I mean, it's old. It's a 2005 car, for goodness sake, and these were produced from 1999 to 2000. So it's still got a cassette deck, which is fantastic, but it has got a multi-CD changer, which is 6, and it's not in the boot, it's actually in the CD player. So you just have to press the load button, and then press eject or load, and that will let you put a disc in or let you take a disc out, and it can hold up to 6. Then once you've done that, you can just press the buttons on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up 1 and 2 change the discs from forward and back. Here we have the storage unit on top of the dashboard. So on the other models, or some of optional extras, they actually had a sat-nav put there, and my previous Lexus IS200 had a sat-nav put there. Thankfully, I bought this one knowing that I didn't want the sat-nav there because it just wasn't something I wanted. So I could now put my glasses in and not have to worry about finding another place for it, because there really isn't much storage on these cars. There is on my bottom hand side of the left hand side of the centre console, there is a little cubby hole, and some of these you can actually have an armrest and they have the storage inside that. So this one unfortunately doesn't have that, but it's something I can add to it by taking the e-cigarette lighter out, ashtray out, and I can put a new one in through there. It's also got 2 buttons, and it's got traction control off and snow mode. When it's snowing and it's icy, you just press the button, the light comes up on the dash, lets you know you're in snow mode, and it turns the power down from your 150 plus brake horsepower down to, I can't remember exactly, but it turns it down so you've got a little bit more accuracy on the pedal and on the throttle, so you don't wheel spin as much, and especially when you've got your traction control on, it really does help you control in the icy and snowy weather on the roads. Then we have its sunroof, and it's just 2 switches, tilt and slide, and as you can see, the roof opening both ways, tilting up and tilting back and sliding backwards. Fantastic in the hot weather and fantastic for a bit of air if you need it. Then we have its window buttons. So the electric windows are great, as I love electric windows all round, but next to the mirror controls, there's your left and right to turn your left and right, and you can control what side you want to do. But there is a little switch that folds the mirrors in. Now, I don't know what that's actually all about, but I'm assuming it's for easy access when you're going down a sharp alley or something tight and you just want to fold the mirrors in and not have to get out and do it. You just press the button and it folds the mirrors in. The car never does it automatically. When you lock the car, it does not fold in. When you unlock the car, it does not fold out. There's nothing like that. It's literally just a switch that folds them in and out. Or if you're not, you do them in manually. There's another thing I don't like about this car, and that's its bleeper in reverse. So its reverse gear is all the way to the left and up, but it's quite a harsh stop. So if you want to go in first, it's quite easy to recognise, because it feels like you're hitting a brick wall. To then get it into reverse, you have to really push and push it up, which is like first, but a lot further over. But it's its bleeper. Now listen to this. This is the most obnoxious thing ever. As you can hear, not useful. It's not useful at all. It doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. It just bleeps at you to let you know you're in reverse. It doesn't have any reverse parking sensors, so it's not actually doing anything. So I don't know what the reason for it was, but it has saved my bacon once. I've gone into first gears. I was sitting at a traffic light in neutral, gone into first, and I've gone and panicked and gone too far and whacked it into reverse. Now, if it wasn't for the bleeper, I would have kept it in reverse and driven off. But because of that bleeper, I was able to take it back out of reverse and put it into first and then drive away. Now, sitting in the back seat, there's nothing really out of the ordinary, and it's all very basic. There's nothing really special. There's no plug-in lighters, no USB ports. It's all just cup holders, an ashtray, and you can press the buttons here and there to be able to move the seats forward or back. And with its half leather seats and Alcantara slash suede seats, really comfortable to sit in as well, not too cold, not too hot. And obviously it has an armrest, really quite sturdy actually. I've been in a few cars and they're quite cheap and loose. This one's quite a nice one. And you've got foldable seats because it's the Sportcross. Another thing I love about this car is its air filter replacement. And it's easy. This piece here, this nice piece of Lexus here, is just this switch here. There's a button at the back, and you literally just pull it out. And inside, I've obviously got a Piper Cross air filter, but that is it. It's another thing I love about this car is its easy use and access of its air filter. I also love its engine as well. It's straight six, really smooth straight six actually, one of the smoothest engines. I've been in a few V8s and things, and I think this is really one of the smoothest. Yes, it's a nice 200, so it's a 2 litre, not a 3 litre, so it's not the 2JZ. Still got 150 brake horsepower, and it's rear wheel drive. It's got an LSD 6-speed manual, so it's still a lot of fun, and it's just great to drive. One thing I hate about this or one thing I dislike about this car is its 6-speed manual. Now, it's not the 6-speed itself or the manual transmission, it's the ratio that they set it at. So it's a very short ratio, which is fine, but when you're doing 70 miles an hour on the motorway, this is screaming above 3,000 RPM. So, and especially when you've got an exhaust on it like I have, it can get a little bit obnoxious after a little while, and especially for people in the back. But for acceleration for a 2 litre and for its power delivery, it's absolutely perfectly fine. I probably haven't covered everything that's needed for this video. It's just a basic idea of what I like and what I don't like about the car. And I think the main issue is the fuel consumption for me. It just drinks fuel no matter how well I drive it. And then when you're having a bit of fun, it really does go down. So I think other than that, and apart from the rust and a few other things, the rear look, I was okay at the I'm okay now, but at the start I wasn't keen on what the rear end looked like on these, especially on the Sportcrosses. I just found them look really strange, but now I've really got to like it, so that's why I didn't put that up down as a negative, because I actually like it now. But it was something I didn't enjoy or like at the start. The front end I've always enjoyed and I've always loved, and I think look great. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is not a professional video by any means. It's me and the camera on its own. My camera guy's not here with me today because I was driving by and I thought I'd just make a video. I was just doing an errand, so I thought I'd do it. Anyway, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll speak to you in the next video.